Welcome back to the show, Body and Beyond, with me, your host, Catarina Orr-Evans. And today, this is going to be kind of a just off-topic conversation since we have wrapped up the beginning series of just where I started and shifting all the way to where I'm at now. And this topic that came up that I wanted to share today was inspired by me being on a walk. Of course, I was on a walk in nature and I just had this like stream of thoughts come through me, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to share this because some of you may have found yourself on this podcast or have been following me all along for my journey. I actually just recently announced on my Instagram that I started my Instagram page in 2012. I grew it up to around 30,000 followers, and that was within a couple years of starting my health coaching practice in 2020. And now I am starting completely over on a new page. And the analogy that I'm sharing for why, because I know many of you were like, you grew your page, I've been following you along over there. Like, why would you start over? And the analogy that I gave was an example of, imagine you look into your closet and you're looking at your closet and you're like, these clothes just don't vibe with me anymore. They don't fit me for who I am now. And you look into the corner and you have a couple boxes that you have old clothes shoved into, and they're collecting dust. And so the reason I'm starting over is I am going to clean out my closet. I'm like cleaning out my closet and I'm getting rid of those dusty boxes that haven't been touched in forever and that are making my place smelly. And starting over for a new vibe for clothes that fit me now in the season of life that I'm in. And I really want the people in my new space to be there because they enjoy this information. And I have heard from so many of my audience over on my original Instagram account that sometimes they'll come across my stuff and they're like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen your page in so long. I follow you. It's really weird that I don't see your stuff. So all that being said, I'm shifting over to a new platform. And so the conversation today, because many of you have probably been following me for quite a while, or if you recently just found this podcast, welcome. But there's a reason that you're into and aligned with what I'm sharing. And so there's some part of you that maybe wants to learn from me and learn like how I think through things and how I process and just kind of make decisions in my life. So this episode has to do with business for me, but maybe health for you, and I'll explain that soon. So first I want to talk about this Netflix documentary that I watched, and I'm sure many of you have seen it. I think it's been out for maybe a little bit, but I came across it and I've been wanting to watch it, and man, the like anger that just like fueled inside of me of how much we are polluting Earth and damaging Earth by our unimportant things, like the amount of. And it frustrates me because in this documentary, it exposed that the things that I think that make me feel good that I'm doing good for Earth really aren't doing good for Earth. So I recycle, and I used to do a road cleanup all the time with team members of mine and clients of mine. We would meet locally and do some road cleanups. But to find out that majority of the recycling isn't even landing in recycling pisses me off because I feel like I'm doing good. And so that shit pisses me off. And I don't know about you, but I am also really empathetic for Earth and nature, and I am very connected with it, and I'm really hurt when Earth is hurting. And I don't know if you guys are feeling that, but like I do feel the rage that Earth is having from how much we're destroying it with so much of our shit. Like this documentary exposed the amount of toys we have and the amount of clothes that we are consuming, like this huge consumerism that we have, and it's all ending up in countries that don't have the resources to process it. And we also can't get rid of shit. We literally just have to bury shit. And even when you think you're doing good, like I also think that I'm doing good when I take my plastic bags. When we do get plastic bags, we try to avoid them at all costs. But when we do get plastic bags, we take them back to a store that says that they recycle those plastic bags. Come to find out, they're literally just doing that step for you of taking it to the trash. So when we're throwing our trash away, no one's really thinking about where that away is and how it's really never away. And that hurts so fucking bad. And I think my husband wasn't really into this documentary, but he came in the room while I was watching it and he was like, why are you watching this if it makes you so mad? And there's a point to that. Like, I get why. Like, why would you continue to watch this if it's making you feel that way? But the reality is I need that rage. I need to know some of these things that are just pissing me the fuck off. Like, I'm allowed to be pissed off because we are polluting and trashing Earth. And we act like we're like the smartest ones here, we're the smartest evolved, and we're literally destroying it. I am guilty as much as every single one of you, and I needed to feel that rage to take action. And I know that's a crazy thing, but anger and rage and frustration is a very action potential place and emotional state to be, to do something and make a change. So if you guys are frustrated at anything in your life, I want you to take a step back and see how this frustration is either A, moving you to take action on something, or where are you not taking action and you have this rage, you have this action potential, you have this intensified energy, and you're not doing something to move it and to utilize this massive changing energy that is literally here to pivot, to change. So yes, I was frustrated watching it, but it's for a very good reason. I needed to feel those feelings to be able to take action. So with that being said, it's changed how I just want to, yes, purge all the things in my closet, but I want to go donate it. I know donating my clothes still doesn't end up in the right places, but what the hell else am I supposed to do at this point? Because nobody else knows the solution, the strategy. So to get rid of all my plastic clothes, my plastic fibers, I want to go donate it and just get it out of my space. And two, when I am looking for clothes, I want to just thrift. I want to just get things that have already been made and produced and not be a consumer that is forcing these companies by putting my money over with them to make more and more and more products. I was blown away the amount of new products that fast fashion is producing, and it's ending up in our waters. It's sickening. It's sickening. Literally, the places where our clothes are ending up, they're saying, please stop sending us clothes. We literally don't need any more fucking clothes. Like, no, just stop. And so, but we continue to have this fast fashion that's producing. So this has inspired me to only thrift, and I really want to do this, and I like really want to do this stuff. And this has inspired me to want to learn from my grandma and learn how to sew and make my own clothes with what I have, or be able to like, okay, so let's say I get like inspired to like have a new vibe. Like, what if I want to make this shirt out of like 3 different shirts, put it together? I want to be able to sew something from like old clothes and make it into new, and then continue to reuse and undo it and then make a new one. Like, that would be so cool to have that life skill for not only myself, but like for the environment and my family. Imagine me being able to be creating like family outfits for all of us to wear. That'd be cute. But another thing this has inspired me to do is honestly fuck Amazon. This has inspired me to get rid of my Amazon storefront. To be honest, Amazon's kind of trash. And even buying supplements and things off of Amazon is kind of a sketchy. It's not a very safe, secure place. You don't know exactly if you're getting the exact thing that you're getting, and they just swap shit out. So it's kind of sketchy. It's kind of like, are we really getting what we're getting? And we're continuing to be a fast consumer. So I want to get rid of my Amazon storefront as well. And honestly, just thinking about it, I was like, what if I just continue to wear like the same outfits over and over again? I mean, I know what you guys would think. Like, does this girl have any other clothes? But what's so wrong about being minimalist? Who said that we gotta have like different clothes? It's so interesting. I was on a celebrity's feed today and I was looking at it. She literally has a new outfit in every single of her like bajillion posts. She's never wearing the same thing. What the fuck? Like, what? This is so much overuse of clothes. Like, we don't really need this many clothes. For what? Like, literally for what? Anyways, so diving to the episode today is when I was on my walk, I was thinking about this, and I just have had this so much creative energy, this expressive energy. All these ideas are coming through me. And there's even been a few nights that's usually my mind isn't running. And when I say running, I just mean like creating ideas and ideas and ideas. But there's been a period of a couple weeks that I've stepped into something different, and the ideas have just been flowing. And I'm literally writing everything down. I'm just getting all these creative ideas. Literally, it's like a tree. When I think of a tree, my ideas are coming to all different directions, branches off of this tree. Like, I'm thinking about this and I'm thinking about that. I have all these really good ideas to implement into my work and into my space, and also here for you guys. And it occurred to me, I was like, whoa, The reason I'm having so much of this creative energy, this fire energy, I feel just abundant with all this creative power that I haven't had in so long. And it occurred to me that this has nothing to do with ovulation, because at the time I had already ovulated. So it wasn't, oh, this is the creative ovulation energy. No, this was already post ovulation. It occurred to me what happened. I started working with somebody else that was taking a lot of thought power away from me so that I can just put my creative genius in one space, and they took care of the systems of the other parts of that. So I didn't have to do, let's say for an example, this whole task myself. I get to be the base of it. I get to be the start of it, and they get to push it out and finish the rest of the task. That's from my creative lens. So I don't have to have just the creative power and the data power and the analytical and the systems. I can do this one part. That's my work, where I really shine at. And not having to do all this other stuff, whoa, that taking all this extra away has allowed all these suppressed creativities, the suppressed energy to really just start exploding out of me. Just again, I've been in a phase of a couple weeks of like all these different ideas. I'm going on walks and I'm voice memoing to people my ideas, and I'm just on fire right now. And it's because I started working with somebody to take this weight off of me that has been on me for, I'm not kidding you, a couple years. So the way that I decided to hire her, and I'm going to share with you the process that I hired her, and this will be my process moving forward, is number one, I asked my subconscious energetic field. I used energy testing to ask if this person is the path for me, for my highest good right now. If hiring this person is the best decision for my highest self right now. And I got a strong yes 2 times. And then I also asked God, I asked universe, I said, please send me a sign in a form of a feather by Monday if this is the direction for me, if working with this person is the best for me right now. Let me know. Give me a feather. What do you know? By Monday, I had 2 sights of a feather. It was literally one dropped into my plant that I never look into, and for some reason I was just drawn walking around my balcony and just happened to look down in there, which I never looked down in there, and oh my God, holy shit, there's the fucking feather. Okay. And then a few days later, and this was before Monday still, I saw my second sign. I'm on a trail run. Okay. I'm on a trail run. If you guys are in this space with me, you know I trail run a lot. I have a 10K race coming up on a trail, but on a trail run, I see in the middle, I couldn't miss it. I literally couldn't miss it. It was in the middle of my running path. A turkey feather, long feather. Words from God himself, words from universe himself. This is for you. And so when you get that sign, then you can trust it. And this is also helping me, number one, build a connection with God and divine, and just asking, not being afraid to ask and receive. And also a better connection with myself, my intuition, making decisions that are from a very good place. I'm making a decision from a grounded place, and I am seeking truth place, rather than I don't know, should I do this? I don't know. And just like making decisions based off of maybe a nervous system state, maybe a hypervigilant state, maybe a scarcity state. I don't want to make decisions out of fear. So this is basically my decision process moving forward for things. So that's how I decided to hire this person. And it's already paying off so much of how somebody taking over things for me, where I get to just sit in my craft and don't have to do the stuff that is unnecessary. I don't have to do all that stuff, has taken so much weight off of me. And this is something that I've had my clients tell me themselves. Just within a few moments of people working with me, that sheer, I can breathe, because now I don't have to battle. Should I do this? Should I do that? I don't know. I've tried this and I've tried this and I tried this. And it's I need somebody to just give me a roadmap so we can go together. And once you have that roadmap where you can go together and you're not second guessing all these things, and you get to sit in your creative, your powerful, your body-led seat, the weight literally is lifted off of you. And if you are some of my clients in this, and actually that's such a good way to explain it, because it is true. When you're working with somebody that is here with you, in this work with you, where you're not having to battle it alone, try to figure everything out on your own, meanwhile being a human and experiencing life and all the things that life throws at you, right? When you're struggling in your health journey, it's, wow, you can work with somebody and take that weight, that load off yourself so you can actually fine tune on the things that you're really sure about, that you're really fucking crafty in, that you know for sure, and you get to work together. And so that's honestly what I'm experiencing right now is working with this person, is just having this stress let go of me, having this weight lifted off of me, the space for creativity, space for ideas to land, for projects to come to life. How do you guys think this project, this podcast came to be? Is I started shifting things around and creating space, opening up space by working with other people in order to have the space for me to pour in things I am all about. This is where I need to be, rather than spending time on all these things that like somebody else can do and we can work together to figure it out. So this is what I wanted to come on here to share with you guys, is kind of my process and how choosing to always live my life by this idea of I am not as good when I try to solo shoot everything myself. And if I look back on my life, I've literally always been coached, mentored, guided, or working with somebody in some capacity to learn from them and also have them be my guide to keep me on my path, keep me on where I'm going to go, help me strategize, right? And that has been a common theme throughout my whole life. Yes, it started in sports and being coached and having somebody see potential in me. And it's, oh, well, if like you, like I believe in me a little bit, but if you believe in me, it's like, let's fucking go. Like, let's take off together. And when that is so true, when you have somebody that equal believes in you, it's just like where you actually want to go, you get there so much clearer. You stop second guessing, you stop doubting yourself, and you can move forward. So what I can encourage you guys to do is to hop into people's spaces. This doesn't always mean you have to literally hire somebody and always make a huge investment. Like, that's not what I'm saying. For example, just a few days ago, I had the opportunity given to me by people that I follow in the networks that I'm in to sit in a 6-hour free seminar. Okay, I sat in a free seminar with some powerful 7-figure women in a spiritual entrepreneur space. And I just sat. I sat and I learned and I took in from them literally for 6 hours. Is that something you would do? Do you actually sit and take up and receive the free things that you actually get dropped into your lap? Because this isn't about investing and always having to spend money. Yes, there's a time and a place, and if that makes sense for you, that can be super amazing, but get in people's free spaces. Start to learn from other people. And I know you're going to come to a point where you're in all these free spaces. You're following all these accounts. You're not actually in their things, though. Get in their things. And when you are doing this, make sure to have discernment. When you are hopping into free things, you take what's for you and you don't take everything. So being able to have discernment and listening to your body and your truth of what is for you and what's not, putting the rest away, is so important, especially if you're not working directly with somebody. I can't even believe they offered this seminar for free, to be honest. It was truly remarkable, and so many different things were brought up there and points, and it empowers you. Being in those spaces where people are just, sharing their energy and their life work with you, and you're there to receive it, it's so powerful. So each experience that you get when you're working with somebody, you're in their spaces, you're reading their books, like read books, get in people's email lists, see what information that they're giving, find what's for you, find what's not. And then if it is right, if it is aligned, like hire the people, because it really does fucking help. It really does help. Every experience that you get, you learn something from it. And if you're approaching experiences as, oh, well, like I had a bad experience and that sucked, but you also learned something out of that experience, you also, by working with those people, got to know, I wouldn't do it that way, I would do it this way. Or I didn't like this, but I liked this. And then every experience that you have, you get to take parts of it, whether good or bad, and make it your own education. That's something that is just like the most beautiful part out of working with other people and being in other people's spaces, is you get to build your own education. You get to build your own experience from it and take the parts that resonated, take the parts that you liked, take the parts that you didn't like, and use that as your knowledge base moving forward. So others could also learn from you. Isn't that amazing? Aren't we all here to share different ideas? Aren't we all here to be free thinkers? One thing about me is I'm not going to try to do things by myself. One thing about me is I'm actually going to reach out for help and learn from those. So because it It's so funny when people say, "Oh, I did this all myself. I'm self-made." No, you weren't. You've been in spaces, you had experiences, you were with mentors, you had experiences and things that you took and created and made it your own. And you made that your path forward. The "I can do it all" badge that some of you wear is actually a toxic pattern. It's hyper independence. It's super masculine wrapped up, especially as a woman, in your hyper independence. It makes you feel powerful because you're taking action. It makes you feel like you're being powerful and I'm here to do it. I'm going to do it all myself, but it's actually taking you further away from how the universe works because you are part of the universe. The actual word itself, universe, means one, a we thing. We are together. Ego says, I can do it myself. Your soul says, we can do it together and we can do it better together. So walking around your life as, it's me, it's all on me, I got it, I got us, I'm going to be the one to hold it all. You actually can't hold it all. You're not meant to hold it all. And if you do try to hold it all, you're going to face the consequences from that because we literally are not meant to go through life being isolated, me, myself, and I'm going to do this thing. Physiologically, our bodies are wired to connect with others. We feel safer, we co-regulate. Our nervous systems are scanning our environment to find something we can co-regulate with. Whether that's plants, something alive, whether that's a dog, whether that's your best friend, whether that's your husband, your partner, we co-regulate together because we are looking to be together. Being alone, I forget what the statistic was, but being isolated or being alone is equivalent to smoking X many cigarettes a day. Like, it's just as dangerous for your health to be alone and be isolated as it is for smoking cigarettes. And we fucking know now that that's some bad shit. So when you're thinking that, oh, I just need to do this on my own, and everybody else who's ever been in this space, they created themselves. Like, I think you're forgetting the part where people learn from others and they had that experience so that they can make it their own. And they have people working with them. It's funny that the people that are inspired by, others who think that they're the most successful, it's like they have all their shit together, they hire people. They hire people or people are working with them. And that's who you're looking up to. And you're looking up to them and you're thinking, well, they did it all themselves. They got here on their own. No, I can guarantee you the people you are looking up to, they're not doing things all on their own. They're not managing their health all their own. They're not doing their business all on their own. They have help in some capacity and they're working with other people or people are working with them. So you trying to do it all yourself, you're like, I'm just going to research it all, and you don't even know what's for you or what's not, is why your energy sucks. It's why you keep drinking constant caffeine and you're like, why is this not even giving me energy? It's why you eat food, you're eating clean, but you still can't get your energy back. It's why you're constipated. It's why you can't stand your husband. It's why you can't stand anybody in your house. And that makes you want to separate even more and be like, because I'm going to do it all myself. It's why your soul in cell deep in burnout, and this is not a pace that you can keep up with. And it's why you feel alone. And this has just continued to create more issues and tension in the relationships around you, is because you just have this like hat on that you need to do it all yourself. And then you hate your husband because he's not helping, but you don't actually open the space for him to help. You don't want him to help. You want to do it all yourself. And then you hate your husband. And so you even more want to go off on your own. You even more want to try to do it yourself. And it's why you have repeating and chronic health issues. The toxic pattern of I can do it all is further depleting you and draining of your internal resources like minerals. And you are actually stuck in a pattern of doing more because it makes you feel valuable. There's some part of you that doing it all makes you feel powerful and it makes you feel valuable. It's like, oh, look at her. She did it all himself. You're like idolizing this thing that actually isn't sustainable. This view that people have of you that isn't sustainable, and it's actually robbing you of you and your essence and your light and of your energy and who you are and what you do in this world, because you can't do it all. And again, you keep trying and you keep trying because you want to wear this badge because it feels good, but at what cost? So moral of the story is stop trying to do it all your own. Life will be easier. Weight will be lifted off of you. You'll be able to breathe better. The stress will drop when you seek out help and you ask for help and you stop feeling bad about asking for help. I don't get it. I don't get why some women are afraid to ask for help. Do you feel like it makes you look weak or vulnerable? That something's wrong with you? I don't get that. And if somebody wants to explain, I never thought about why I don't like asking for help. And maybe it is because it makes you feel weak. But like, what about that makes you feel weak when getting help, having somebody else's skills, like somebody has skills that are much better than yours, are much better than yours. You have lots of skills and we love you that you're diverse. We love you that you're multidimensional. We love that you have all these different gifts, but sometimes your gifts are enhanced when you're not trying to do all of them and that you're spreading yourself thin and you can allow others to step in and take over ones that are maybe not your greatest or that you actually maybe don't enjoy or it's a co-creative thing. Oh, okay. So instead of me trying to like spearhead this all myself, I can work with somebody. I can get help from somebody that can help me navigate through all these things that I'm doing and streamline them or make things make more sense, make things more clear. So there's weight lifted off of you so you can actually step forwards instead of feeling bogged down and weighed down by carrying on all these things because you're afraid to ask for help, which actually makes you weaker. Like physiologically, energetically, holding on to so much weight that you actually can't carry, you can't sustain, you can't maintain because it's not purposeful, it's not helpful, and it's stealing your vitality, your energy, and your life force, that actually makes you weaker, and it makes you a weak host and makes you more vulnerable to pathogens, infections, chronic stress, parasites, quite literally, one feeding off of the other, victim mentality, woe is me, that continues to attract of that same energy, negative energy, lower vibrational states. You continue to attract that because you are low vibrational. You quite literally don't have the minerals, the energy, the life force, which makes you a radiating, a vibrant, a high energy, whole, complete. Minerals actually fill the gaps. That's essentially why crystals, a lot of crystals, are for protection because they are also minerals, and minerals fill the gaps in our boundaries, in our bodies, so that we become strong and whole. And it's easier to go through life and not take on other people's thoughts, not take on other people's beliefs, not take on other people's shit, chaos, drama, other people's bad energy, other people's low vibration, other people's issues, and make them ours. We're whole. We're complete. And so that wards off things that don't serve us because it fills the gaps. Minerals are the spark plugs to life. And when we fill the gaps, when we fill the depletion, we're able to say no. We're also able to open up and be softer and accept and let things in without feeling like we're weak, without feeling like, oh, I can't. So this is the energy that I've been about. Asking for help, letting help in. When I stop trying to do everything myself, that takes longer, that wears me down more, that makes the things that I'm actually good at doing harder to do because I have less energy, energetic capacity to follow through on them and do them at my best. So all this to say is hire the help because it helps. Let help in. Doesn't even have to be money and investments. Again, this can be stepping into people's spaces, getting into some of their courses. This can be low ticket things. This can be networking and just starting to connect with people that you look up to or that they talk about something that you're really interested in. Hop into people's spaces, get into their email lists, read books, but ground yourself and keep your energy so that when you are taking in these bits of information and you're learning from other people, you're pulling in what is for you and letting the rest go so that you don't fall into the trap of stepping into other people's work and getting into other people's experiences and you forget who you are and what is for you. And you step into these spaces and it becomes information overload where you start second guessing yourself more, you don't trust yourself, and you actually are so lost in all this information, you don't know what to move forward with, where you also don't have the patience to try something out, to stick with something, to see if it actually works for you. So I wanted to share this with you, and this is a real bit of my life of actually my processes and how I go through things and why maybe I've always been this way. And maybe this is why I'm an entrepreneur, like, I don't know. But even when my health was a wreck, I sought out help. Like, yes, I said that like I'd figured it out myself, but like I worked with people to get the experience, whether good or bad, whether I liked it or not, successful or not. I took those experiences, was like, this is where I'm going to go with this. I had this one, cool. Let me do this. Let me go on the way. And I was mentored by people. I worked with practitioners. I got into a bunch of master classes. I hopped into free courses that I saw around of people that had messages aligned with me. So yes, you can lead your own life and you can lead your own health journey. That can be true, but you can work with other people. You can ask for help. You can get in other people's spaces. So when you are leading through your own journey, it's yours. So let me know how this conversation lands for you. I am interested to hear what kind of topics, ideas, or conversations that you are interested in me having with you. I will attach the link at the bottom of the show notes for you to submit anonymously any ideas that you would like to hear from me or my perspective or take on things. See you guys in the next episode.